Hi folks, me again. Hot on the heels, if you like, a firecracker, is its conversion. One of the early BWB, if not the first. I don't know, no idea. If anyone from BWB is watching, you might know. This was, like I say, this was a Bellfruit firecracker, and BWB have turned it into a Mad Hatter. 2p play. But the wins don't really correspond with it. I mean, 10p for 2 makes it really hard to win. In fact, impossible. Virtually impossible to win. I guess looking at that 2p, the way that's done, there was probably a 5 and 10p as well released. I don't know. They've kept the 10p and the 10p token. They've not even got a 2p tube. But because it's like they're not 4p's, they're all 10p's. They're all proper wins. The 27-way bells, but there's not a 9-way. You get 2. But not a 9-way. Anyway, this machine's it's not been well for ages. I think I might just have solved it. The last video I've done of this, it wasn't well, and it's not been well since. Every time I was pressing the button, it was crashing out the 50 volt. Oh, one knock. So I changed, because I don't just like to swap parts, and I like to know why. So, oh, hang on, here we go. Do the bell for 2. I'll try down, knock down. 4 knocks. That's it. So I swapped both sides of the black box, no difference. The whole black box itself, in case it was the chassis, no difference. Real backboard. The only thing I didn't swap was the power supply, and I bought one back with me in case it is that, but it's not. I'll tell you in a bit what it was. It's really simple. A note to self when I advise people to look for the simple things first. Look for the simple things myself when the machine don't work. But there you go. Anyway, this you're not playing this machine to win, because it's god awful to win. You're playing it for nostalgia. Oh. If I get 5 knocks, I've got the jackpot. Unfortunately, there's no jackpot soon. Roll. That starts it, then you move it to reel. I'm going to move it to the middle reel. So, like that. See? It's nearly impossible to win anything. But it's got loads of funky sounds. I love the fact that they've got a reel drop sound for every reel. I think that's really cool, especially for electrical mechanical reels. Which leads me to why the reason it was crashing the 50 volt. If you're watching, Peter, you might be, because I know you made a comment on the last video about address lines and stuff like that, which is all good, and I do appreciate any input. But it was really simple and staring me in the face. I noticed what was happening was when you was pressing the start button. Hold on. Oh, we got 10p. Yeah, well, I noticed when you was pressing the start button, the 50 volt was crashing straight out on the black box, and then the machine was resetting, and then you press the start button and go for it again. Occasionally it would spin, and you'd have a couple of goes on it, and you think, oh, it's okay now. And then the next go, it would be, and it would all crash out. 50 volt would go out. All it was the wires that were on the back of the solenoids on the top of the reels. Some of them were loose. As simple as that. If any, I tell you, the machine could have got smashed up for less. It was literally, I thought, why is the 50 volt going? What is 50 volt on this machine? And the only things that are 50 volt on this machine is the top of the reel solenoids, they're 50 volt, and the motor that drives the reels is 50 volt, and that's all that's 50 volts. So it's got to be that. And I pissed about with the wires for a bit and realised some of them are loose. Tightened them up, and it seems okay now. Well, we've played 20 goes, just over 20 goes. It would have crashed out by now. Would have easily crashed out. But seriously, if anyone from BWB, when they was going in there, if anyone's watching from them, do they remember this game? Did they make many of the different versions? I'd love to find out. I would say for a fact from that decal that they made other price. Trouble is, it's a 2p play, but it's 10p a play pricing with the 20p's, 30p's, and they're all 10p, pound and 50p. It makes them nigh on impossible to get. But it's so funky. 50p if I get 5 knocks up. Oh. I've got to go to reel. I'll go to reel 1. So I've got to go like that. See? And I know it struggles to nudge up. It always has done, and it does with any reel deck. It's not the reel motor. It's not the board. It's not. I don't know. It must be in the program. I've tried reel decks from other machines and it still struggles to nudge up. What I like is the reel drop sounds. There's about 3 or 4 different tones and it uses them randomly. Nice bit of artwork as well. Certainly not a bad looking machine. And look at them instructions. Instructions to play a 2p machine. And there's a cat. And there's like a whole tree. And the Tea Party and the Mad Hatter. Oh, it's good artwork. This came from an auction house near Lincoln. £46 including the commission I paid for this. But it wasn't working, so. And because the auction house was moving, I had to go and pick it up in my Range Rover, which cost me £100. So I didn't really get it cheap at all in the end. But it's not for sale anyway. Someone had back convert it to Firecracker, and that would be criminal to back convert this to Firecracker, because there's loads of Firecrackers about. The different tones, it makes me smile. Shame there's no jackpot tune now. When you get the jackpot, that is. And I find it weird that they use underlaid or overlaid, whatever you call it, cards to fill in that. But some of them haven't got it. There's very few that haven't got it, and I don't understand the reasoning behind that. Why they're just going to put a card behind every fruit. But there you go, they didn't. And the same with the bells. They've got 27-way bells. They've got the 2 for 10p, but there's no 9-way bells. It just doesn't work. Right, I need 2 cards and 3 jacks. And there is jokers, which light any card. Oh, I win. Always starts with that. If I get through that gamble, I might get something. There you go. awful. Oh, the bloody camera's there. Alright, no. I'll knock up. Middle reel. You haven't heard it pay any money yet. You are, you are. Oh yeah, also has a nice cancel. So you can cancel the hold. I don't know if the camera's being funny or not. Oh, there you go. So there's the real solenoid connections. Okay, you get nothing for that. It might be worth holding them too, in case the third one comes down. Feature hours, I need the queen and the ace, the king and the ace. I've got the 10 and the ace instead, I've got a hold. It seems like this is okay again, but I think some of this film might be a bit dodgy, folks. I'm sorry about that. This bloody phone's been stupid today, been slow and stupid. I can't wait to get the new Note 8, because I will be having one when they come out. And the machine's playing perfectly. If the reels look like they're stopping and starting and going slow, it's not. 10p win. Well, there you go, nearly 100 goes and nothing. God, I'd love to put this in a pub. There you go. That's quite a long video, I'm sorry about that. But it was more of a play test for me. I thought I'd get it on film. More of a play test really. I needed to see that it's going to work under pressure. I like my machines to work. And there you go. That's Mad Hatter back on the road. See you in a bit.